Tonight's broadcast is about to begin. Thank you for joining us on Cedar Creek Media.
This is J.D. Bird. You are listening to Mabank Sports here on Cedar Creek Media.
It's showtime!
Well, hello everybody. Welcome in to another edition of Mabank Panther Athletics here on the Mabank Athletics YouTube page, presented in partnership with us, Cedar Creek Media. Hello everybody, I'm Taylor Honey.
And I'm J.D.
Uh-oh.
And I'm J.D. Bird.
There we go.
A little bit of sound on it now.
We are Cedar Creek Media, and we are here again at Panther Gymnasium here tonight. We have got Cross County, and now I know technically Mabank is in Kaufman County, but I do still consider us county rivals here. So it is
It's
one of
close
those
enough.
old rivals. It is the Athens Lady Hornets here in town tonight. Again, Taylor Honey
And J.D.
that's
Bird.
JD. We are happy to have you here with us. I've got a little competition over here at the sound booth, so if you hear somebody coming across the air, don't worry. It's just some guy we used to know. No,
That's a way to put it.
of course, the great Mr. Paul Curtis over there covering the Athens Hornets. He's done well for many, many years. He is here in the house tonight. Unfortunately, that means I've got to share some elbow room, and I am not. Well, actually, technically, you're in the middle over there, so you're having to share the elbow room. So, really, I'm getting you to handle my lightweight over there for me when we got to bully him out of the way. But, folks, we have got a district showdown tonight, and it is two teams that are looking to get back in the district standings, at least start crawling towards the top of them. Mabank, unfortunately, went down last, what's the day's Tuesday, so it was last Friday. Went down to Brownsboro, lost that one, was it 3-1, I believe, JD? So
Yeah,
3-1 on that one. So they fell out of that tie for fourth place. Athens sitting in sixth, Mabank in fifth right now. Mabank 2-4 within district. Athens at, I believe, 1-5. Let me double check, make sure I'm not lying.
1-5,
yes,
yes,
so 1-5.
sir.
That's the great thing about having computers and all that stuff nowadays, JD. I can just look over here and be like, oh yeah, hey, that is what it is. I get to double check myself. So. But we are ready to get this one underway. And, matter of fact, I didn't want to say the district because I was afraid I had it wrong, but I would have been right, District 15. So 4A District 15. And it looks like it is going to be the Lady Hornets starting it off, and it is going to be number 18, Lily Mikey, starting it off. Here's Kai Hudson going to try for the first point of the night. Unfortunately, just a little too strong. Will go down. I guess either way, it goes down as the first point of the night. Unfortunately, it goes for Athens, though. Mabank trying to get on the board. Nice little running attempt there for Cope. Just not quite able to make it work. Go ahead and set these starters here for you. We have got Wilkinson. We have got Hudson. We have got, we've got Roberts. We have got... Everybody's moving around. We've got Avery Henderson. We've got Wilkinson. We have got Callie Smith. I feel like I'm missing somebody. Oh, yeah, Lindsay Cope. There we go. All right, so here's the set. Smash. Good job by Athens just to be able to get a hand on it. Looks like they might have a chance to return it. They do. Wilkinson with the bump. Here's a set. Here's a nice little tip over by Kai Hudson. So Hudson will end the streak there for the Lady Hornets. They started off picking up the first 3 points of the ball game. Miss Hudson ends that. Now, as always, Madison Roberts going to be starting off from the service line for the Mabank Lady Panthers. Serve is mishit there by Charlie Tanner. Nicely done. Take a little ace to start it out, no problem with that.
Oh, absolutely. Gotta love to see those.
All right, so took a bit. They finally get the ball back over to Miss Roberts. Here she goes for her second serve. Hit. It goes out of bounds.
A little too high on that one. A little too much mustard.
That's what we were talking about before. Had a couple of rough serving situations on Friday. Could have dug Mabank out, so let's hope we can keep those to a minimum. Here's a set. Hudson, the little floaters. Oh, wow. So the floater worked out well until it didn't. That was number 10, Aubrey Godwin, making a play at the net. Helps Athens pick up a point. Here's a set.
Nice smash by Cope.
Yeah, it was a great job by Athens to dig it out. They get the return over as well. Roberts sending it to somebody. Good job by the Lady Panthers just to get it across. Here's a set by Athens. Hit. Out of bounds. So that will send Miss Lindsay Cope to the service line for the first time tonight. Athens holding on to an early 5-3 lead here in the first set. Cope sets, jump serve, rainbow, but stays in. Here's a set, smash by Godwin. Good job by the Lady Panthers to dig it out. Hudson gonna have to send it across. She did. Set and hit. Oh, misplayed there by Mabank. That was Madison Roberts just not quite able to get underneath the shot. Had to kind of throw some sideways hands on it. Unfortunately, not able to be second touched. So this is now Riley Strock, a senior, to the service line for Athens. Good shot, and they're going to say just goes out of bounds. Would have fooled me if it was a strike zone. I might have called it a strike. But
that one was definitely close.
So here's Hudson now going to the service line. Godwin returns, and it's out of bounds. Easy now. Don't be hitting the coach with hitting our coach with the ball now. I'll tell you what, there always seems to be a great athlete in Athens with the last name Godwin. Going to have to go from the back line here for Athens. Mabank not able to get a play. So they hit it into the net a couple of times. Was saved the first time. Second time, nobody around. So now 7-5, staying at that 2-point gap here for Mabank. This is going to be number 8, Chloe Coker. Woods didn't get much of it on her hit there. Double checking to make sure that was the right person. That was Miss Kendall Woods. Looked like it just kind of went off the fingertips on her try. Here's a set by Roberts, hit by Hudson. And they're going to say did not get over four-touch. So not blocked, ruled a four-touch, and that will keep Coker at the service line. Good job by Hudson to dig it out. A little back and forth going here. Couple of nice digs so far on this set. Too strong. That time it was Charlie Wilmoth, the sophomore, trying to plant one in the back corner, not able to get it to go down. That will send now Avery Henderson, the lefty, to the service line. Strong strike right over the top of the net. That was a beautiful serve, and Athens having some trouble. There's going to be a line violation called against Athens. So Henderson will stay at the service line. Comes set. Oof. Got on Athens before they really knew what to do with it, but a good job just to be able to get it back across the line. Mabank could have a chance here. That was Smith. Fight at the net. Ooh, good job. Great defense here by both teams. Usually gets a little spicy when it gets into the net like that. Oof. Again, just nobody wanting to give up.
Nice long volley here.
Oh, tried for the little touch, just a little off touch there. I believe that was Roberts. It was.
Yes, it was.
So tried to go up for the little floater, like we said, and just not quite able to convert on it. We're going to have a substitution on the Athens side. That is Wilmoth coming out for Tanner. Interesting enough, Charlie coming in for Charlie. Charlie Tanner on the serve. Going to be set here by Henderson. Hit. Nice play.
Very good spot.
Smith finding the exact open area. Rewards Mabank with the point and will be rewarded for her service by going to the service line. See, look, you like how I tied all those words in together?
Yeah, it all just kind of fit together right there. That was a really good sequence right there. I'm impressed with that one.
Every once in a while, I can do something that's mildly impressive to some people, you know? A little running try there for Woods. I believe she was just trying for a little pop-up there. She kind of was grabbing at her wrist.
It looked like the set wasn't the best for her on that one. It started kind of going into the net a little bit more than you would like it to. So was trying to find a way to make something out of it.
Mabank able
Great
to
job.
quickly kill the Abby Marquez service as they will pick up a point. And again, bring it to a 2-point deficit over the visiting Athens Lady Hornets. Wilkinson serving now. Might have got a bit of a break. It looked like it was going out of bounds, but Athens returns it. Here's a set. Nice little tip over by Hudson. Athens looks like they're going to have a chance to return. They do. Set by Henderson. Cope. Oh.
Good spot right there.
I had to move out of the way, JD. I was afraid for my own life there. Apologies,
yeah, we were
folks.
kind of in the line of fire at that moment.
That was whatever you're trying to say, 8K, where you got all the senses in it.
Coming at you in 3D.
4D theater. That's what it was.
theater.
There we go. 4D theater. I was involved in that. So Mabank with the set here again by Henderson. Henderson's had a really strong night so far setting. All of her sets have been right where they need to go. Athens does a good job of returning kind of a funky play. But
Really
Henderson,
good strike by Hudson.
yeah, exactly. I said Henderson, but I meant Hudson. Wonderfully done, and that is going to tie it up here at 11 apiece.
And it'll keep Wilkinson on the service line.
Ooh, straight
Man,
ace.
There's an ace.
That was a sinker right there.
You know, something tells me that I'm pretty used to putting aces next to her name in just about every game. She finds a way to get at least one of them down. And, of course, I said something about it, so
Welcome to the broadcaster's curse, buddy. It's usually me. Well, that will tie it back up here, 12 all, after Mabank had captured their first lead of the first set. Again, folks, for anybody that doesn't remember or you're just tuning into volleyball for the first time, as Athens gets their set or their serve off. And Hudson, again, going to pick up a kill shot point. But for anybody that's just tuning into volleyball for the first time or doesn't remember, it is best of 5 on the set, so got to win 3 sets. 25 points per set, whoever gets 25 first, but it is win by 2. Nice little dunk right back over there by Hudson. Picks up another point here. This time on just the little pop, or the little, I don't even know what the little push shot over. Roberts again goes to the service line. Here is a set and hit. They're going to say tipped. So Callie Smith swung at it. I think the swing is going to be declared a tip. I didn't see any trajectory change, but that doesn't mean it didn't happen. Everybody knows what my eyes are like, and I'm sitting about 15, 20 feet away. So we'll send now Layla Carnes, a freshman, to the service line for Athens. Here's a set. Nice little send over. Is going to score some points there for Lindsay Cope.
right there, Cope had to really make something of that one. The set was kind of trailing away from her. Had to almost do a reach out, little hook shot like Kareem almost there for that one.
Cope going to go right to the service line as well. Set for Athens. Big hit is going to go out. So that was Wilmoth, one of the 2 Charlies here for the Lady Hornets. Just a little too strong. Going to open up the biggest lead now for Mabank so far in the first set at 16-13. Mishit by Cope. I was holding out hope. I could see that it was a little mishit coming off with a hand, but I was holding out hope to say it, but ends up in the net. Now Riley Strock, senior. Smith with a little punch over. Good job by both teams. Defensively, and strong shot going to go down at the line by Callie Smith. Rise and fire right there, my goodness. Somebody was stepped in front of that one. They might have had a Wilson logo stamped in their skin for a while.
So, yeah, there was a lot of power on that one.
So Athens returning the Hudson serve here. Oh, nice little cheeky kick over there by Henderson. Doesn't score a point, but at least gives Athens something to think about. Another hard shot. Bounces out of the net. They're going to say lift on Mabank, but a pretty fantastic effort there by Kai Hudson to try and keep the ball in play. Unfortunately, just not quite legal. We'll put it that way. Not quite legal. Oh, mishit there. Just going a little short. Lindsey Cope thought it was going to go back about another foot. Just a misjudgment. Coker again from the service line for Athens. A little miscommunication, but Mabank going to come out of it okay. These two ladies went for the same ball. Now Athens return. Set, hit. Nicely done. Callie Smith has come out to play tonight. I feel like just about every Mabank point calling out her name.
Something like that. Definitely the last couple of them here.
Lefty Henderson sends over, gets one to skip over the top of the net. Athens returns. Hudson gets under it. Set here by Henderson. Ooh, little net, but we're going to keep fighting for it here. And Smith again going to come up with the points. So there was a fight at the net between the two teams. By the way, if you haven't caught on, Mabank wearing their October breast cancer awareness pink jerseys. Athens in their traditional maroon. But there was a fight between the two teams at the net. Neither one wanted to give up the point. They were hammering at each other as Mabank picks up another quick point. A lot of times when we say that, you know, they're kind of just a little bit of service back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. No, they were really getting it at each other there for a minute. So great defensive effort between both teams so far. And it has been a quick-moving, really kind of a breakneck pace for a volleyball game that we've seen. Haven't really seen many of those long rallies that we've come accustomed to seeing. But, man, the action has been hot and continuous here so far in this one.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And right now, Athens decided to take a little break, talk some things over. As Mabank right now 5 points away from sealing this one up. So hopefully they can figure something out to be able to keep this one going. If not, Mabank might take the first one.
Now, don't forget, folks, this is just the first of two broadcasts this week. We're actually kind of down as many broadcasts as we normally do in a week. We're down to just two this week as we will be in Henderson on Friday night as the Panthers travel to take on the Henderson Lions, who just knocked off the Kilgore Bulldogs last week. So always like catching a team when they're at the high point because they always sleep a little bit.
Just a little.
Going to be a violation called here, as I believe the ball is hit outside of the antenna. So Mabank now down to 4 points away from locking up this first set. Henderson sends it over. Here's a nice little flip over for
Good save
Athens,
by
but
Henderson.
A great save by Henderson. That was just hitting it where there weren't. That was number 14, Brooklyn Lunsford. Or excuse me, Lunkford. No, Lunsford. Lunsford, yeah, Lunsford. Able to just really hit it where there was no Lady Panthers. Nothing too fancy about it, but it works.
Found the hole and was able to execute.
Tanner on the serve. Maybe I'm going to have to get it across here. A little too strong that time by Roberts. Goes out of bounds. Number 2, Charlie Tanner, again to the service line here for Athens. Dug out. And here's a smash, going to land inbounds.
Oh,
They're going to say out. Oh, man. Looked good from here. And I was closer that time.
yeah, I definitely agree with you on that one. Callie Smith might have got a little robbed on that point there.
Here's a set by Henderson, hit by Woods. Now Athens going to do the same, but going to be a violation called. They're going to say number 8, Chloe Coker, stepped on the line. Athens now returning a Smith serve. Henderson sends it up in the air. Here's a set, smash by Cope. It was tipped, at the net, but it ends up not working out for Athens as the ball flies out of bounds, and Mabank now 2 points away from securing the first set here.
You got one of your better servers back there at the line to try to get it done with, so good situation here for Mabank.
Here's a set, smash, and tipped. Believe that was Roberts that time.
Sure was.
Picking up the point. Athens just not quite able to get in front of that. And it will now be set point with Callie Smith at the service line. Kind of sends one of her patented curveball style serves over. Athens returns it, but now here's another chance for Mabank. Hudson had to stretch, but does a good job getting it over. Let's see what they can do with this possession. Here's a set by Henderson, hit by Woods. Both teams just sending it back and forth. Nobody really putting any heat. Cope changes that a little bit. Here's another set by Henderson. Smith hits. Mabank digs it out, Athens digs it out. Yeah. Great job by Smith there, playing the line.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was a great job by Smith. She kind of was really patient, waiting to see if the ball was going to fall inbounds. Ended up having to play it, was going to fall inbounds, but her teammates not quite paying as much attention. And Coach Martin going to call a quick timeout here. Again, only a point away from set point, but you don't want to flirt around here and give it away to Athens.
Well, you're on match point here. You're 1 point away from settling this thing up.
Absolutely. But remember, you got to win by 2. So you give up 3 points here, then now you're having to go back and forth. So I definitely get where Coach Martin's coming from here. Just kind of stop the nonsense. Let's take a quick pause break, take a breather, get ourselves back where we are. Let's get 1 point, and then we'll take another breather.
Yeah,
so,
just for a second. As it was with her patented 30-second timeout that she likes to call here.
Strategivating.
Of course, if you got a whole minute on those timeouts, you rarely see her take that full minute.
Keep looking over and seeing myself in the camera. I got to point it away until we're ready for it again. Nice dig out there by Smith. Going to have to get it across here. Good job by Hudson. Here's a set, hit. Good job again by Hudson. Woods gets it across. Athens has to play it from deep.
Roberts trying to be a little cheeky with it.
Here's the set by Roberts. Hudson going to hit from about halfway. Oof. Smash there by Layla Carnes. Just a little too strong for the Mabank net tenders. 24-21 now. Athens creeping back into this set. Here's a set by Henderson. Athens going to have to return it here. They do. Cope with the push shot. Nice try. Everybody a little out of position. Now here's a set. And, oof. Trying to find that soft spot again are the Lady Hornets. Oh, the fight at the net won by Athens. That is the senior there, Riley Strzok. And Coach Martin again going to take a timeout. This is exactly what we were talking about. Now Athens only 1 point away well, I guess technically 2 points away from making it real interesting, but can't allow this next point if you're if you're Mabank. You're in control for most of the set. You still really are in control of this set. So, again, maybe a little double momentum killer in the double timeouts for Coach Martin. See if the strategy pays off. That is libero number 1, Abby Marquez, at the service line for Athens. Also a lefty. Cope sends it across. Woods went for the kill shot. It's going to end up working out. So not striking the wood or anything like that, but either way you get points on the board, it works out. So Athens just not quite able to handle the heat from Miss Woods. Well, all right. So Mabank picks up the first set. It is 1-0. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back here on Cedar Creek Media.
Parks Environmental Services, located on 405 West Mason Street, provides customer service-driven experience that counts. They offer erosion control services such as rock filter dams and retaining walls, soil stabilization services like hydro seeding and sodding, as well as construction services such as land clearing and subdivision maintenance. Call Parks Environmental Services, the erosion control specialist, at 214-693-8056. And for any forestry mulching needs, call Right-of-Way Land Clearing at the same number. Again, that's 214-693-8056. Parks Environmental Services, putting it down to protect your ground.
Have you noticed bad behavior has become normalized at interscholastic athletic events? Some fans seem angry. They lack civility toward one another. Some even get aggressive and unruly. Time out! What is going on? This has to stop. Let's not forget, school sports aren't just about winning. And they're definitely not an excuse to take your frustrations out on the official or the opponent. They're about teaching lessons like perseverance, respect, and empathy, so students can learn and grow as people, not just as players. We all have a role to play in setting a good example for our students and teaching them these important values. So fans, it's time to step up your game and behave positively at interscholastic athletic events in Texas.
This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
And back to it. Taylor Honey
And J.D. Bird.
Cedar Creek Media hanging out here on the Mabank Athletics YouTube channel. Tell you what, JD, let's do it. I think it's so cool that we can do this. It's not even that I think, well, I mean, you're a good-looking guy. I'm not particular, but I just think it's so cool that we can now go into the booth. Again, the transition from our previous stop to now on YouTube, there's just so many more things we can do, and y'all are my only friends. You guys out there in the virtual world, y'all are my friends. Y'all, JD, y'all are the friends I got. So I got to share my new toys with you guys.
There you
know
go.
what I mean? There's some kid named Ryan that's on YouTube that literally makes like hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars a year just playing with toys on YouTube. So if he can do it, why can't I?
Why
you
can't
know what
we?
I mean? So absolutely.
Absolutely.
Well, all right, it is time to get the second set going here. Again, Mabank taking hold of the first one.
Madison Roberts going to open things up from the serving line, the starting line.
Close enough.
Jumping to track season, I guess.
I'm actually glad you said that. As got a little rally going here on the first point. Is Hudson going to take the point there for the Mabank Lady Panthers? As Marquez just not quite able to hold on to it. But yeah, so Mabank Lady Panthers cross country wins district today, and the
Awesome.
Panthers got second place in district. So congratulations to the cross country teams.
It's Madison Roberts right there going to sail that serve.
Once again, move my camera away from us now that I don't need to be looking at us right now. There we go. Okay.
It's fun for the time, but then whenever you sit over there and catch it out of the corner of your eye, like, oh, hey, man.
It's like having an even worse version of a mirror. You know? Wilkinson sends one up high. Little discussion. Hudson sends it across. Here's a set, and perfectly placed there for Athens. I couldn't quite see.
Riley Strock right there
okay.
with picking up the point for Athens.
Thank you, sir. We'll now send number 18, Willie Mikey. Here's a set by Roberts. Oh, Hudson, Hudson's hit goes off the top of the net. Just not quite elevated high enough for that one, but I'm telling you, had some heat either way.
Oh, yeah.
Great job by Henderson to keep it in play. Here's a rise and fire for Cope. Athens going to have to send it across here. Oh, Wilkinson was expecting Roberts to come back, and Roberts was expecting Wilkinson to come over. So just a little out of position there on the defensive set. Keeps Mikey. I do hope I'm saying that right, on the service line. Going to be a violation, two-touch violation called on Mabank. So Athens coming out firing quickly here in the second set. Now, they did the first set as well. Let's see if Mabank can crawl back in like they did. Here's a set by Roberts. Henderson doing some hitting now. Wilkinson pops it up. Roberts set. Fire. Going to be in.
Great job.
Perfect placement there by Kai Hudson. My goodness. Couldn't draw it up any better than that, JD.
Oh, absolutely not. Enough power on it where nobody wants to get in front of it in the correct spot to make sure that it gets the correct signal from the line official.
Well, speaking of power, here's Lindsay Cope on the serve. That one's actually a little soft. She's not going to get the ace, but it was completely set up by that serve. Athens kind of just a little weak return. Callie Smith was in perfect position, able to send it right back down and in. So 2 quick points there for Mabank. Now here's Cope again with the serve. That one had kind of a knuckleball tendency, but great job by Athens to get it. Now going to be a net violation called. They're going to call it on Smith. So will be a point awarded to Athens. Right now you've still got Henderson, you've got Roberts, Hudson, Smith, Wilkinson, and Cope on the floor for your Mabank Lady Panthers. Pretty much seen them the whole time. And I was just about to say the other one we've seen is Miss Woods, who comes and switches in for Wilkinson as I speak it. Athens able to get the Hudson serve across. I think Mabank thought they were not going to be able to get it across. It was kind of a weak first hit there by Athens, but good recovery by the Lady Hornets and able to pick up the point. Hitting it right down the line. Hudson was not able to handle it. So that will send now Strock to the service line. Strong serve, dug out by Cope. Here's a set by Roberts, hit by Henderson. Athens going to have a chance to return. And it's going to go out of bounds. So that was number 10 there, Aubrey Godwin. Just a little too much mustard on it. We'll send the lefty, Avery Henderson, to the service line. Here's a set and a hit. Smith, ooh, nice dig there by Athens. Barely able to get it across, but they do get the return. Roberts trying to find that back corner, but just a little too strong. Ends up flying right in front of the Athens bench. That will now send number 8, Coker, back to the service line for the Lady Hornets. Here's a nice little send over by Henderson, little set send over. Now set by Roberts. Woods going to come up with the kill. Now, that was a layup of a spike attempt if I ever saw one. Had to reach up there to get it, but gets just enough of it and finds a soft spot. We'll send now Callie Smith to the line. Athens getting ready to return it over. Shot was a little strong, but Hudson kept it in. Woods going for another. Athens got tangled up with each other, but a good job to be able to get it figured out and send across, but the send ends up out of bounds. So good job there by Kai Hudson, keeping the stank eye on it, making sure if she needed to play it, she would, but letting it float harmlessly out of bounds. We'll send Smith now to the line again. Here's a set by Henderson. Roberts has it kind of careen off the top of the net, but mishit or something happened with Miss Carnes over there for Athens that ended up making it a point for Mabank.
Yeah, right there. Madison Roberts able to have enough power to get it on the other side of that block. And they will pick up the point right there. Nicely done by Athens.
That old guy back there behind us. Somebody grab. Dang it. Ooh. My headphone cord only goes so far, guys. I'm sorry. The Athens media guy doing a poor job of awareness there of where the ball was right behind his chair. That's a strike. That is a strike on the Athens media guy. It's going to be out of bounds called here. And it will knot things back up at 9-all. Going to have that substitution again here for the Lady Panthers. Woods coming out, Wilkinson coming in. Wilkinson going to be doing the serving here. And not a very good first touch there for Athens. It hit at Charlie Wilmoth. She's not quite accurate on her bump over. Athens again had to scramble to get it across, but here's a set by Henderson, smash by Hudson. How many times are we going to say that tonight? Set by Henderson, smash by Hudson for a point.
Well, we've already said it 6 times tonight, so.
I could use another 6, 8, 10. I wouldn't be mad about it. Speaking of 10, here's Wilkinson serving. Athens again having trouble on the first and second touch, but do get it across. Here's another set. Roberts, oh, the cheeky move. Just one of those little tiny flip over shots there that Mabank likes to use.
Catching him off, trying to catch him off guard, and right there they did.
And that is one thing about this team. They are very versatile in whether they're able to, send the Nolan Ryan fastball or the Tim Wakefield knuckle, as I like to call it. Simply for a lack of better sports analogy, or not any better sports analogies, but there was a nice hard hit there by the sophomore Charlie Wilmoth. Gets Athens back on the board here. 12-10. Now the score, Mabank on top. Good job by, let's see, can anybody get it across the net? Good job by Hudson. Staying well aware of what's going on here. Fight at the net. Get it across. Man, I'm telling you what, not willing to give it up. What are they going to say?
2-touch right there.
Coach Martin does not agree with the call. Can't say I necessarily blame her. It was quite a fight that her Lady Panthers put up. Here's a set, smash. Oh, you can tell Hudson's not in the best of moods now. Taking it out on that white, red, and blue thing that's floating around the court. Mabank again doing a good job of saving things out of the net here.
Great defense on display right now from Mabank.
Out! Way to keep your heads up, girls. Excellently done. Didn't lose their head, stayed in their gaps and lanes there. Make it work out. We are going to have a substitution here. This is going to be number 1, Madison Roberts, coming out for number 5, Jewel Hager. So first we've seen a Miss Hager tonight. Going to be immediately going to the service line. Athens going to have to return from midcourt. They do. Wilkinson bumps one up. Here's a set. You can tell Hager getting warmed up into the game as the set was a little behind Hudson, but a good job to get it across. Going to get another chance here. Henderson tries to send one towards the back line, but just a little too much on it. So Athens going to have a substitution, be bringing out Coker, bringing in Mikey. Hager's second touch wasn't great, but saved by Henderson here. And as the set goes across for Athens, Henderson again trying to just quickly send something across. Athens going to try it themselves.
Great defense right there by Henderson.
Beautiful dig, and it's going to end up working. Oh, no. Going to find the corner, dotted the corner. So, not quite sure who scored.
Aubrey
on
Godwin
that one.
right there on that one.
Oh. Hey, excellently done.
They do.
And Athens, look, that is exactly what we've been talking about with this Mabank Lady Panthers team this year. They are so resilient. Right there, first touch wasn't great. Had to go all the way almost to that back wall to save it, end up getting the point. I mean, my goodness, just resilient.
They definitely give as
ace.
much effort as they can whenever they play.
Absolutely. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to talk over
No,
you.
you're all right.
That was an ace to the face there as Cope sends one across. Marquez got just a little too inside on it. Ends up going off of her forehead. So Cope going to attack that same area. This time Athens going to have a chance to return it. And that is number 9, Wilmoth, the sophomore. Able to put a little emphasis on that one. So 15-14, Mabank trying to grab a commanding 2-set lead. Already up 1-0. Service for Tanner goes across. Dug out by Cope. Set by Hager. Hudson too strong. Can Athens return it? No. Last touch there. It was a good effort by Marquez. Just not quite able to put it in the right spot. We'll send Miss Kai Hudson now to the line. Stripes one across, set, hit. A little back and forth. There's Smith that sends it across. Athens, and going to be a violation called.
Lift there on that one.
So lift going to be called here against Athens. We'll build the lead back up to 2 points now, 3 points, 17-14. Hudson still on the line, looking over towards Coach Martin for any kind of direction. Like she says, rock it on. Set, smash, going to be in that corner. That time it was number 13, Strock, for the Lady Hornets. Seem to be finding that back left corner regularly. Mabank going to have to figure it out defending that back 90. Serve going to go right out of bounds. That was Strock again, but again, trying to attack that back left corner. That will send the lefty, Miss Avery Henderson, to the line. Looks like we do have a substitution. That is going to be number 15, Callie Davis. She came in for Jewel Hager. Service goes out of bounds. Brings Athens back within 2 here at 18-16. Lots of substitutions going on here in this middle part of the second set. Athens sends across. Oh, just one of those that was really hard to see as it just kind of careens over the top of the net for an ace there for Coker. Just going to send another one across. Set by Henderson. Sent across by Callie Smith.
Davis,
excuse me. That was Smith that time.
That was Smith.
And that will get a
and
point.
it got down.
Thank you. Traditional last name, Smith Davis. And speaking of Miss Smith, she will now be going to the line. Miss hit there on the first hit by Layla Carnes, excuse me. And Athens, I believe, is going to take a timeout as Mabank will be the first to get to 20. And as we talk about that first team to make it to 20, that usually seems to have some kind of difference. I don't know if it's just mentally or what it is, but whoever seems to get to 21st usually seems to be the team that comes away with the set. So
I mean, it's kind of like that confidence.
knocking on wood.
Yeah, knock on the wood, but it's kind of like that confidence thing where you get to 20 and now you're not looking at it as like you gotta get all these points now. Now you have to close this one out. Whereas if you're on the other side of it and you're down, you have to think, man, I got to get back into this right now. So kind of different motivations heading down the stretch when you're the first team that's able to make it to eclipse that 20 points on the board.
Yeah, I agree with you. I bet Miss Callie Smith would agree with you as well, and she is now on the service line. Smith, Hudson, Henderson, Davis, Woods, and Cope on the floor. Big block there by Davis, Callie Davis and Woods coming together. 21-17, Smith still on the line. Athens shuffling around, sends their shot over, blocked that time by Woods. Set, send over by Davis. Athens can't handle it. So it was blocked. It looked like it was touched at the it was touched at the net there by Athens, but nobody was able to get underneath and get a return. So now Mabank sitting 3 points away from capturing a 2-0 match lead. Here is a set by Henderson just to send over, and they're going to call a two-touch that time. So you've got to be exactly right. You've got to hit those exactly right. If the timing is off whatsoever, going to be called a two-touch. That is what happens that time. Looks like we're also going to have Miss Grace Kilgore make her first appearance into the ball game. Callie Smith coming out. They're going to go right after Kilgore. She does a good job of digging it out. Here's Woods sending one across. Henderson bounces it up. Woods sets. Hudson hits from midline. Looks like we got potential for a little rally. Hit into the net there by number 9. That's Wilmoth. 23-18. Mabank now just sitting a deuce away. One of their better servers, Miss Kylan Wilkinson. The libero. It's a fun word to say, too.
The libero.
So first touch a little squirrely for Athens, and Davis makes them pay for the second. Lady Hornets trying to set up a better shot attempt there. Ends up just kind of floating over across the net. Davis was right there. Blocks it across.
Mabank once again at game point.
Athens does a good job just to get it across. Wilkinson with the set. Now Henderson is set. Davis does a good job just kind of make a little swim move to get something across the net. Henderson with the bump. Here's the set. Oof. They're going to get a two-touch called here on Kilgore. I think Coach Martin not necessarily happy with that call, but sitting only 1 point away as Cope and Davis get a little confused there. Have the ball fall between the two. So Marquez still at the service line. Henderson going to have to send across. She does. Set. And good job by Wilkinson defending that back corner we were talking about. Getting a little miscommunication by Mabank, but able to make it work out. Davis working at the net tonight. Here's a set by Henderson. Smash. Not well hit, and that'll be the second set.
Good one.
So 25-20, Mabank captures set number 2, and they are one set away from just ending this thing pretty early here tonight, JD. So tell you what, let's go ahead and take a break while they're taking one. We'll be right back right after this here on Cedar Creek Media.
All right. Remember, we're a team that plays together. Listen, the winning will take care of itself. We just have to get everyone involved.
In interscholastic sports, we celebrate what makes every one of us unique. And in the pursuit of a common goal, everyone in the huddle, in the bleachers, and in the community comes together. This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Kylie with Double K Photography will help you never forget all those special occasions, wedding and maternity photos, as well as family and senior portraits, just to name a few. With over 5 years of professional experience, Kylie can transform your wildest dreams into reality with pricing options available to fit every budget. Contact Kylie by email to book today at hello@doubleKphotography.studio or online at www.doublekphotography.studio, where you can also see samples from Kylie's previous works and client testimonials. Double K Photography, a proud supporter of Mabank Athletics.
Why are interscholastic sports called the last classroom of the day? Because they teach students important life lessons like teamwork, accountability, and perseverance. School sports are so much more than a game. They're about developing the whole person. That's why they're an essential part of every student's education.
Encourage your student to participate in the last classroom of the day. Interscholastic sports in Texas. This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Back to it here. I don't know, I guess I need to get out of the habit, but every time we come back, I'm Taylor Honey.
And I'm JD Bird.
We are Cedar Creek Media. I like letting y'all know who we are. You know what I mean? We're still pretty new into this thing. Again, appreciate everybody being here, hanging out with us. Got to get the volleyball streams up a little bit. We need to get a few more folks watching the volleyball, but I do just want to say thanks to everybody out there. Had 600 approximately watch our first football game. JD, we had 800 people watching the game against Pine Tree. So don't forget, this week game is going to be away. Both those games are also at home. So this is going to be the first away game since we moved over to YouTube. Yeah. So it's going to be an opportunity. So anybody that's out there right now that is not wanting to travel to Henderson, because it is a pretty good drive, to be honest with you.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all log in. Y'all be right here. I mean, you're already on the right channel. You know exactly where to be. We'll be hitting the air right at about 7 o'clock with our pregame, about 15 minutes of interview with Coach Hudson, getting you set up for the game, and then a little bit of us talking as well. Then we'll roll right into the game right at about 7:30. So, again, appreciate you all being here, and we hope you will join us on Friday night as well. Now, we're ready to get back to the volleyball action here tonight, JD. We are up 2-0. I say we. Mabank is up 2-0 so far on Athens. Looking to end it quickly here. This game didn't start till right at about 6:15-ish. So, looking to end this in under an hour and a half. My goodness, that's a quick one.
I think that's what you call running the table.
I was trying to think of a good comparison, you know what I mean? But really not one. A 2-hour baseball game, yeah. There you go. All right, so Athens, as you saw, led it off here. That's a good block attempt at the net. Athens again going to have to win 3 straight here if they want to get their second win of the district schedule. Nice little bend shot there from Mabank. Athens returns. Hudson in the net there. Just a little too low on her jump. Was already coming down on the jump, that is. All right, so here's a set by Roberts. Smash by Cope, going to be blocked. But Mabank still has a chance at it. What are they going to say? 2-touch. They're going to say 2-touch by Wilkinson. Hudson kind of gave her gave the official, "Are you sure?" glance. Can't blame her. Good job by Roberts to not get the two-touch call. They've been calling that all night on that kind of shot. So obviously has learned from the mistakes of everybody else. Cope sends over. Athens sends their own over. That was Godwin that sent it across. Here's Cope. Oof. It's going to have to make something special here. They did. Here's a set. A little soft touch that time by Hudson. Athens having a little trouble to get it across. They do. Oof, and that's the way it'll go down. My goodness. There was a lot going on, a lot of movement there, but Cope ends up putting down the point to break the seal here for the Lady Panthers in this third set. And as always, Madison Roberts starting out the set from the service line.
Great serve right there.
Yeah, great serve, almost an ace, but a good job by Athens to be able to dig it out. Now their return shot floats too far out of bounds, so Roberts will stay on the service line, and Mabank will come within a point. 3-2, again sitting pretty with a 2-0 lead so far in the match.
Another really good serve from Miss Roberts.
That one's going to go flying out of bounds. Left-handed shot for Marquez, just a little too strong. So Mabank going to quickly come back, tie it up at 3 apiece. Again, Roberts going to be doing the serving, sends it across. Good job by Athens just to get it across when it was that close into the net. Hudson lines up and sends one through. Godwin does the same, but it is going to be a little too far outside. So again, Roberts going to be on the service line. Here's the set for the Lady Hornets, smashed. Good dig there by Wilkinson. Returned by Hudson. Looked like it was going to get down. Good job by the Lady Hornets. Now here's another chance for Hudson. She smashes it.
A little bit of back and forth going on here now.
Both these teams figuring each other out here in this third set. We didn't see many long volleys in the first two sets at all. Now it seems like that has been exclusive here so far in the third set. Athens going to tie it up here. As Mabank not able to get a clean return. We'll send now number 11, Layla Carnes, the lonely freshman here for the Lady Hornets. And that's going to go immediately out of bounds. Good job by Kilgore, staying in position as long as she could, but watches it fly out. Recaptures the lead here for Mabank, and it will now send Lindsay Cope to the service line. Ugh, just mishit on that one.
I believe that's second. Yeah, it is the second time that that's done it to her tonight. Just came off a little awkward off the hand, not able to make the distance.
Now she's the one that has kind of that curve ball, that sweeping left to right curve ball style serve. So sometimes that happens to her, but when she gets it across, it is a thing of beauty. As Athens going to pick up another point here as Smith sends it too far. It's a good spot, just not quite low enough. Athens now back on top here in the third set, 6-5. Here is the set. Nicely done there by Kai Hudson with the old oop. Evens things up at 6 apiece, and that will send her right over to the service line as well. Seems to be something that happens a lot as well, that whoever scores the point ends up going right to the service line. Ugh, that one floated a little too far on Mabank. We've seen that a couple of times from both teams tonight. The dig or the set just floating a little too far to one side of the net, the other able to capitalize. So neither team able to break out much of a lead here. 7-6 now. Athens on top. Here is the dink over from Smith. Athens going to have a playable chance. Good dig there by Roberts. Smith sends over. Oof. It was a beautiful running dig attempt there by Lindsay Cope. Winces a little bit as she comes up, but she is okay. 8-6 now. And it is still number 8, Chloe Coker, on the line for Athens. Here is going to be Hudson that sends it across. Set, smash. Oh, going to get the top of the net, and Athens going to have
Great
trouble.
Defense right there by Woods.
Yeah, so Lunsford there put a pretty good charge into the ball, but goes off the top of the net. A couple of Lady Panthers right there as well. But it will bring Mabank within a point. 8-7. Fire there by Wilmoth ends up out of bounds. I've got them both, number 2, Charlie Tanner, and number 9, Charlie Wilmoth. I've got them both in my mind as Charlie. I had to quick check to make sure that was. So after a not great first hit, Athens going to be able to get it across the net, but here is, a couple of excellent defensive plays, one coming from either team. Now here's the set by Coker, smash, and perfectly placed there by Wilmoth. So Wilmoth again gives Athens the lead here, now 9-8. We've seen Athens, play really, really well in the beginning of all 3 of these sets, but of course Mabank came back to take the last 2. So let's see if the Lady Hornets can keep the momentum going here for themselves. Great play.
Smith comes with the power.
I'm telling you, by the time you get ready to say something, something else is happening. This is moving fast and furious, folks. Send over by Athens. Bump, set, spike by Woods. Are they going to call it a tip? They do. So tipped right around in the midline. I believe that was Coker that got just a little fingernail on it. But it's enough that it'll give Mabank another point here, tie things up at 9 apiece. Smith sends over. Here's the set. Big hit by Cope. Good job by Athens to recover there. It's another set by Roberts. Now Hudson. Ooh!
Wow.
With the straight cheese there. Back right corner. My goodness. So Mabank now capturing the lead here, 10-9. Smith again sends over. Going to be another not great first hit by Athens, but again another good recovery by the Lady Hornets to get it across. Here's a rise fire by Cope. And, it's a little mistimed, but Mabank not going to be able to dig it out of the net. So that was one of those situations we talked about, JD, where the ball floated up in the area for Athens to have a really good smash attempt, but just not able to convert that time. We haven't seen that much. Athens going to have to get it over here on this next touch. Going to go out of bounds. So trading 1-point leads here are the Lady Panthers and Lady Hornets. Again, set 3. Mabank currently riding high at 2-0 in the match. Here's a set by Coker. A little running attempt. Great save there by Henderson. Now she's going to have to send it across. She does. So 2 big plays there by Avery Henderson on the same point, but is for naught as Athens is able to come back with the big hit there. Was that number 11?
Layla Carnes right there
Carnes.
on that one, yep.
Let's see. So that is going to be Lily Mikey. Sent it over for Athens. Here's a big rise and fire for Smith from the midline. Good job by Athens to recover it. Now Mabank going to have to get across on this hit. It's going to be a net violation. Okay, so I was worried that was going to be called a fourth hit, but no. So net violation called on Athens. So we'll give Mabank back the lead. Again, nobody wanting to get off of the 1-point lead here between the two teams. We'll send Roberts to the service line.
Good serve.
Yeah, so first hit kind of hung in the air a little bit. Couple of Lady Hornets around it, but nobody's wanting to take it. So doubles the lead now, 13-11. Another big strike by Roberts. Here is a set and a soft send by Athens. Works out that time. That was the freshman Carnes. And now she will be going back to the serving line. We do have a substitution. That was number 7, Addison Lunsford coming out, and that was number 5, Candace Hill, that came in. Going to be a lane violation called here against number 5. That's Candace Hill, who just came into the ball game. So we'll go back to a 2-point lead here. See, and we've got number 6, Alexis Hall, coming into the ball game for Miss Lindsay Cope. I feel like I saw another substitution. Did I miss another substitution here somewhere? No?
No, that was it.
All right. So Athens, a little miscommunication, but they did get it across. Now here's going to be, I thought it was going to be a hard ball. Fight at the net. Good job by both teams, keeping it alive. Set by Roberts, a little send over, going to get into the net, and no good. So Hudson, just a little soft shot. Got Athens a little discombobulated, couldn't get it out of the net, and that will send Miss Hall back to the service line here. Oof, had some mustard, but hits right at the top of that white polyester business and sticks. 15-13, Mabank on top by 2. Here's a set. Athens going to give a return. Roberts with the dig. Henderson sets. Smith, oof. Good job by Athens again on defense. And oof, just a little mishit there by Hall. Trying to give the little bump shot across the net as Mabank was on their third hit. Unfortunately, hits right at the top of the net, falls down to the ground. Athens again from the service line. Hall digs it out. Here's a set. Hudson had sent it over, but Athens, with their return, able to score. I have to get a swivel chair where I can bend my neck over, or get like a mirror where I can see over there. A lot of times, folks, if y'all hear me stop, it's because I'm trying to see who it is, but I cannot see all the
I believe
time.
that one was number 9, Miss Charlie Wilmoth.
Based on where we sit with the officials right in front of us, it makes it rather difficult sometimes. As Smith going to be blocked at the line. That was a pretty good job there by both teams, or by both young ladies, Smith and the young lady there from Athens, but Athens Lady Hornet just able to win it. So, as we've seen, things have gotten a little, I don't want to say more competitive, because this has been a competitive match through the whole way, but as we said, it was a lot of quick points in those first 2 sets. The defense really started to shine through is what I'm trying to say here in this third set. Seen a lot of things that look like they get a little bit squirrely, balls flying near, about walls and out of bounds and kind of all over the place, but both teams really doing a good job of locking in and making something positive out of any kind of negative outcome.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They're both going right back and forth with each other. Of course, Athens has to win this one or go home. Mabank trying to close out the night here with this match. So neither team wants to give an inch, and sometimes that's the result.
And this is a pretty big ball game again for Mabank, especially on Friday after losing to who you were tied for 4th place for that last playoff position, the Brownsboro Lady Bears. Well, tonight they are playing against Canton. As we know, Canton is a pretty good ball team, so Canton is able to secure a victory over Brownsboro, and you're able to secure the victory here tonight against the Lady Hornets. You're right back tied for that 4th place position. So definitely lots to be playing for here tonight for your Lady Panthers. Athens somehow going to be able to get one to squeak in right at the back line. Right there in front of, oh, y'all can't see Coach Hudson on this video, but it was right there in front of him. Oh, man, I'm telling you, it has kind of gotten landslide a little bit here as Mabank having trouble killing this serving spree by Riley Strock, excuse me. Wilkinson going to dig out that serve. Here's a set. Hudson going to send over, and going to be a bad touch there by Athens. That was Strock herself. Strock, goodness. Strock.
No either. Kai Hudson now will head to the service line.
And she sends it over. Here's going to be a set. Not a great first touch there for Athens after the Mabank return service, but good job. And here's another set by Roberts. Rise by Smith. Going to be able to keep it in the air. So both teams doing a really good job of playing right there in the net. Here's a set. And send over for Athens. Hudson going to dig it out. Set by Roberts. Smith trying to find the soft spot, unable to. Woods fighting for it at the net. They're going to get her for a double touch, I believe. So Kendall Woods doing a great job there in the middle, really fighting. Unfortunately, touches it twice. And that is going to be Hill coming out of the ball game and Chloe Coker coming back in here for Athens. Mabank keeps the same set. Coker going to be serving. Set by Roberts. Hudson sends across. Athens setting up the offense. And, oh, just a little mistimed on the block attempt. Wilmoth sent one through. Woods was trying to get the block in, but hands either got turned a little bit or it looked like she may have just mistimed it a bit and got it off the fingertips. Coach Martin's going to want a chance to discuss it. As we talked about in Mabank's favor, this last set, Athens gets to that magical 20-point number first. And this is, as a matter of fact, this is exactly the number it was in the second set, but of course it's set the other way around. So, hey, buddy, how are you doing? How you doing? You're not going to want to watch our video. We might have been talking about you a bit, a wee bit.
Only a little.
Again, media superstar of Athens, Texas, Mr. Paul Curtis. I don't like him that much, but we do go have dinner every once in a while. Nah, it's one of my good buddies, folks. One of my very, very best friends on this planet. All right, so we're back to it. Here's another set by Roberts. Smash by Hudson going to be blocked, but good job by the Lady Panthers to keep playing. Set that time got a little too close to the net. Woods not able to do anything with it. So that now puts Athens 4 points away from claiming a set here. Going to be another set. And man, another perfect positioning there by Athens. Putting it right in the soft spot. Now just 2 points away. 3 points away, excuse me, can't count. Smith, too strong that time. You can see it, Mabank's pressing a little bit here. They were hoping to end this game or this match early. Looks like Robert's going to be coming out for a little bit of a break here with number 14, Miss Journey Jakeway, getting her first run of the ball game. Immediately comes in and gets a great dig. Woods puts a high in the air. Cope going to come down with the point. My goodness. So Lindsay Cope ends the streak there for the Athens Lady Hornets. That is going to send the lefty, Avery Henderson, to the line here. Let's see if Mabank can dig deep, come back and save this set. Bad first touch there by the freshman, Carnes. 23-18. Again, Henderson sends over. Going to be right at the net. Powering the kill shot. Keeps going. Here's another set. Oh, going to be blocked at the net.
Great job.
Great job. So Mabank again coming back here. All the way to 23-20 now. And going to be a timeout called by Athens.
So a lot of timeouts here in this one, as again, like we're saying, potentially the last game of the night. So Athens trying to figure out something to do with it now as momentum has started to shift a little bit.
Well, folks, to be honest with you, my computer said we were having a technical snafu, but I'm watching along on YouTube. I'm not seeing it happen. So if it does come up and there's a technical snafu, won't last very long. Apologies about that. If there's not, forget that I said it, but thank you, JD, for picking up where I left off. JD knows if I go quiet for too long, look over, there might be something going on with the computer, so I appreciate you.
I try to do what I can.
All right, so again, Mabank trying to claw. Here's the set, send over by Woods. Nicely dug out by Athens, going to have their own return. Cope sends it up in the air, set by Henderson. Smith. Oh, they're going to say out.
Oh, man.
Oh, just by a hair there. But it will make it now set point for the Lady Hornets. We've got a substitution. That is number 9, Charlie Wilmoth, coming out, and number 7, Addison Lunsford, coming in, and Lunsford will be serving. Here's a set by Henderson. Smith sent it over, but Athens going to have a chance to return here. Jakeway
trying to send it over a little cheeky like.
And out of bounds. So that is going to go the way of the Mabank Lady Panthers. That will be now Callie Smith, who's had a pretty successful night so far from the service line. We'll send her to the line. Mabank still holding on to a hope here to win this in 3 sets. And that's going to be dashed immediately as Athens does a great job here showing the grit to be able to keep it going. Well, it means we got more volleyball, JD, so let's go ahead and take us a short break. We'll come back and bring you set number 4 right after this here on Cedar
Attention
Creek
high school sports fans, are you an armchair official? You know, the parent or fan who constantly yells at the referees and loves to let everyone know just how bad you think they are. Well, if you think you could do better, then get in the game and prove it. It's time for you to suit up and make the calls where they actually count. Every sport in Texas needs more officials. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Hey Mom and Dad, what's one of the most overlooked safety features in a car? Everyone checks for seatbelts, turn signals, and airbags, but when's the last time you checked your son or daughter's tire tread? K&S Tires and 7 Points cares about your family's automotive safety and offers a full line of quality tires installed by a team of experts to help give you peace of mind as your loved ones drive to work, school, or run errands around town. Stop by K&S Tire today, just south of the light in 7 Points, and let them help keep your family safe on the roadways all year long. K&S Tires, great tires at wholesale prices.
What's the biggest myth about interscholastic performing arts? That you have to be the most talented or experienced to participate. The truth is, anyone can be a part of their school's performing arts. There are countless opportunities for students to participate, from theater, choir, and band to speech and debate. The bottom line, if you want to perform, there's a place for you.
This message presented by the NFHS and the UIL.
And back to it here at Panther Gymnasium, Mabank High School. Taylor Honey.
And J.D. Bird.
And we are Cedar Creek Media. Again, happy to have you here with us. Just saw the first, I guess technically the first win of the night for the Athens Lady Hornets, taking their first set. So now 2-1. Mabank looking to end it before that sudden death fifth set, but Athens trying to extend it on a little bit more. Now, we've been talking bad about him all night. We'll go ahead and give him a little love. So there is our buddy, Mr. Paul Curtis.
This guy.
Mr. Athens Hornet himself. So give him a little love on the broadcast, because I can do that. Unlike vice versa, I guarantee you. Well, let's get back into it here, JD. Starting off the serving, as always, here for Mabank, going to be Roberts. Probably got a little bit of a break there by Athens. Serve looked like it was going to go out of bounds from my perspective. Now here's going to be another chance. Hudson just too strong there, as Marquez just not quite able to get a good lick on it there.
That will be Hudson's 11th kill of the night. Has been very active here in these games.
So going to be a point picked up there that time by Carnes. It was a good effort there by Henderson to try and block it right there at the net, but just a little too strong, slips through the fingers. Now 1-all. Too strong on the serve there for the Lady Hornets. We'll send it right back over Athens' way, and that will send Lindsay Cope to the serving line. The curveball serve, as I like to call it. Athens handled it pretty good. Going to return here. Good job by Wilkinson. Going to keep the ball in play. Smith sends over. Here's a set and a fire for Athens. Timed perfectly there by the freshman Carnes. If there is a volleyball dictionary, that spike would have been put in there.
Yeah, that was a great rise and smash right there. Found the exact spot it needed to be. Put enough power on it where no one had a chance.
She will now go over to the service line, Miss Carnes. Good job by Wilkinson to dig out the serve. That was pretty low. Going to try and attack that back corner, but cannot. So we don't see Wilkinson, send way too many hard shots over. Normally if she does send one, she sends kind of a softball. That time was trying to put a rocket in the back corner. Not quite able to make it work. Now Smith going to have to step back, and her shot goes into the net. So again, Athens building up a early lead here in set number 4. It's going to be a set by Roberts, rise, and great job there by Callie Smith. Couple of Lady Hornets right there, but too strong to be able to be blocked. That will now send Ms. Hudson to the serving line here. Ball way up there. Athens sends across. Set by Roberts. Little tap over by Henderson. It was a good play by Athens just to be able to get it. Nice save there by Hudson. Smith sent across. Set. Oh, good block attempt there by Woods, but just not able to get it to go back across the net. Robert and Woods really doing a great job combining there, but again, just a little too strong. Into the net there by Strock. Athens enjoying a 5-4 lead here. Wilson, the lefty, Avery Henderson to the line. Kind of sends a looper over. Normally has a little more steam. Here's a set now by Henderson. Smashed by Roberts. Nicely played by Athens, but going to be returnable here for Mabank. Ooh, Woods, kind of a directional hit, but that was nicely done. Ends up being a two-touch over on the Athens side, but I was kind of in a maze here. I was kind of stun-locked there by what Kendall Woods just did. going a full 90 degrees to rotate her shot midair. That was pretty beautiful. Unable to get the shot across there was Wilmoth. Will be another point, and Mabank will now go into the lead here in what could be the final set of the game. Henderson again sends across. Going to be set and hit. Goes a great try there by Hudson to try and keep the ball in the playable zone for Mabank. Just not quite able to accomplish it. A couple of substitutions there for Athens. Henderson going to have to make a good play to get over to it. Roberts going to hit right where she wanted to go. Marquez just not able to get a good play on the ball. Ball actually ends up in the visitor stands there. Great job there by the young Miss Wilmoth. Had to literally climb the ladder to go get it. Smith, her next serve is going to be just barely touched, but good job by Athens to keep control. Robert sends it up. Smith.
What power there by Woods.
Yeah, I said Smith. I apologize. Henderson laid it up. Woods comes up with the big windmill smash. Mabank now holding on to a 2-point lead, 8-6. Smith sends across. Set. Great hit there by Athens, but even better job by Mabank to dig it out. Woods sends it across the net. A little back and forth. Got a bit of a volley going on here. Cope has to really reach, but does a great job to get it across. And Athens has to make a equally great play to get it across on their own side. Now Henderson sets. Big hit. Misread there. Great job by Madison Roberts. Didn't quite, I believe that was Coker on the Athens side, just not quite able to get in position to get the ball. So Smith will stay on the line. Hudson digs one out from the back line. Henderson sends one up. Cope smashes the ball. Athens has to do a little miracle work to try and get it across, and they're not able to do it.
Lindsay Cope is one of those people that is just fun to watch whenever she's playing the game of volleyball. She's able to really elevate on those. She's not nearly one of the tallest people you'll see play, but she is very consistent on being able to get up there and make a play on it.
You know, and that's all these girls that are not every single one of them, but a lot of these girls really have that skill set. And, yeah, there is nobody overly tall down there. I would say Woods has really looked like she would be about the best jumper just physically. But they can all get up there, and they can all fly. Speaking of Woods, nope, it's going to be Roberts with the little 90-degreer. My goodness. She said, I saw you do it, Miss Kendall. Let me try it myself. And nets a point. Now almost doubling up Athens, 11-9.
11-6.
11-6, my goodness. Dyslexia, heart, eye. You know what I mean? So still Smith serving here. And first touch, again, that seems to be a big problem here for Athens tonight, is that first touch off the service. If it's handled, Athens has got just as good a chance as anybody of actually scoring the point. They're just like Mabank. They stay really disciplined. They stay in their lanes. They know what they're doing on their defensive assignments. But that first touch seems to really indicate what's going to happen for these Lady Hornets.
Yeah, absolutely. It kind of sets that tone for that possession. You know, when you start off rough, you have to work on getting it back on track. Whereas, you know, if you're able to immediately start out having something already kind of how you want it to look, then it's a lot easier to be able to run your offense and try to set somebody up for that big smash.
Yeah, because like you're saying, they're already in position, you know? So
exactly.
Whenever you have to get a little discombobulated, move around a little bit, everybody's not in the position, changes it to, you know, any basketball fans out there, you know the difference between a set offense and a free-flow offense. Well, in volleyball, you don't really want to do a whole lot of free-flow. You want to be going right back to those set traditional ways of scoring points. So let's see if Mabank can keep these Lady Hornets on their toes. And again, Athens had to use up a lot of energy and emotional energy at that to keep this from being a 3-0 sweep for the second time this year to the Mabank Lady Panthers. They try and get a cheeky point, but a good job by Mabank to keep it going. Here's a set by Henderson. Fire by Woods. Probably gets saved there by the Lady Hornets. Looked like it was going out of bounds, but we'll take it. Set by Henderson. Mishit by Cope, but saved by Woods. And then Cope compounded her mistake there. 2 mishits in a row. Teammates were able to bail her out of the first, but not the second. It will now again be Addison Lunsford into the ball game. She will be going immediately to the service line. Set by Henderson. Roberts has to adjust, but does a good job to get a good shot on it, but a great job by Athens to be able to return. Oof, that was a tough position there for Ava Pugh of the Lady Hornets. Had to get the shot across. It was going to be the third touch, but flying at her at such an angle, it was going to be difficult to get it over the net. Wilkinson's serve going to be played pretty well, and that's
that right there is
well
Lindsay
done.
Cope.
Yeah, so was worried they might call something there. Got stuck in her hand just a bit, but that's what we were talking about before, where the ball hangs up kind of near the net. Cope was able to do kind of a two-hand, like high-five style slap on the ball.
Very strong block.
A high 10 on the ball. There you go. And going to be a net violation. Oh, okay. No. Wait, who's the point going to?
It's going to Mabank here. She
originally
pointed the wrong way.
Yeah, originally called Athens. Originally called Athens, just goes to Mabanks, but it was a fight right at the net, so very understandable. If she only knew, I'd do that about 8 times a game. So, all right, so Henderson, long set over to Cope. Oh, it was, man, that was so pretty. That was going to be perfect. Cope does a pretty good job, just not quite able to find that corner, but that was a long pass of a set there, and they were right on the same page. Lindsay Cope knew exactly where it needed to go, just not quite able to get it there. Good job by Henderson to dig out the serve. Hudson's shot, too strong for Athens to handle.
It had kind of been a little bit since we said her name, but once again, there's Miss Hudson getting herself involved.
And speaking of once again, it's once again Madison Roberts at the service line. And, good job there. That is the freshman, Layla Karn. She's had herself a pretty good night here tonight.
Yeah, the leading scorer for these Athens Hornets.
And really, she's been pretty three-phase for this team. She's done a pretty good job from the service line, done a great job defensively in the net, and then being a scoring option as, Athens has it. Just kind of gets a little discombobulated there on that set. Bodies flying everywhere. Luckily there was no knee knockings or anything like that there. We'll send Cope now to the service line. She gets set and sends across. So again, first touch, just not quite there for Athens. Now, it would have been a great play if they could put it in a good spot, because that was an excellent serve by Lindsay Cope. See if she's got another one of those in her. Directional serve. Oh!
Great job.
On a silver platter there for the senior Kai Hudson. Rises and fires. Sends one at about 287 miles an hour into the wood.
Setting speed records up in here.
Yeah, land speed records, absolutely. So Cope again on the serve, going to float up in the air. Athens going to have a good chance to return. They do. Wilkinson dug it out, but here's Smith. Fight again at the net. Athens has to just send it way up in the air. Good job by Carnes to get it across and found a soft spot. So great effort there by Wilkinson, sacrificing her personal comfort to dive for that, because I can promise you that hurt.
That does not feel good.
Hurt.
At all.
But ends up being an Athens point either way, and it will be that freshman. Miss Carnes at the service line. Here
Miss
is
Smith.
a shot by Hudson.
Oh.
They're going to say out, just barely, but it is called out.
Not quite able to squeeze it in on that one.
So Carnes again send over. That was a low serve. Good job to stay with it there. Smith going to send her own shot over. They're going to say tipped by Athens. So now Mabank has made it to that crucial 20-point mark, 20-11. And again, this is match set, I guess you could say. If Athens not able to come back and win this one, Mabank will take the night. Set by Henderson, hit by Smith. Good dig there by Athens. Great job there by Charlie Wilmoth. I'll tell you what, this Athens team is going to be good for some time. A lot of these names we are calling here tonight, juniors, sophomores, and one freshman in Carnes. So this is definitely a team that is building, going to be a formidable group in the next few years. Now that last serve does go out of bounds by Athens, and it will send now Avery Henderson to the line.
Yeah, Miss Riley Strock, the one that last served there, she's had 4 of those happen to her tonight from the service line. So
we've got a little bit of a battle going on. Kai Hudson has her shot blocked by the net, but Mabank stays with it. Set here by Henderson. Oof, that was probably going to go out. Woods probably gets bailed out there by Athens, but it keeps the volley going. Great job by Avery Henderson. She just has to kind of hit one up, but doesn't put something soft up. Hits it a mile in the air where Athens has to really play it.
Whoa, good job by Roberts there.
I'm telling you, that both of these teams doing a great job. Oh, Hudson sacrifices, but just not quite able to get enough of the ball to keep that long volley going. That might have been the most impressive back and forth we had seen from both of these teams tonight. 21-13 now. Coker on the service line, goes into the net. Unfortunately, bounces off the net and goes right into one of her teammates, Miss Brooklyn Lunsford. Bops her on the noggin there. We'll send Callie Smith now to the line. Strong serve. Set by Coker. Good job by Athens to get it across. Now set by Henderson. Fire. They're going to say just out. Good thought there by Madison Roberts, just not quite able to put it in the correct positioning. Substitution, that is the other Lunsford, Addison, coming into the ball game here. Hudson has a not great first touch, but bailed out there by her team. Here's a set, smash for Athens. Hudson gets under it, much better control that time. Cope trying to get the kill shot. Athens digs it out, now going to have to send across. Hudson again bounces, again Henderson sets. Woods, that time off the top of the net, going to be called for touch. So Athens again making it a little difficult here, not willing to just go away quietly. Again, Lunsford. Again, Hudson. Henderson has to just get one up. Good job. And Cope sending it across. Big block there at the net, ends up as a point. The combined efforts there, Madison Roberts and Kendall Woods. Woods sent it right back into the turf, or excuse me, the hardwood.
The turf.
Now Kylan Wilkinson serving. Here's a set and a little off there. Good job by Athens just to be able to get a return. Rise, soft shot, works out for Kai Hudson. So
I can tell you right there, that was definitely not the intentions that Miss Hudson had with that, but she mistimed her jump quite badly there. Still able to make something good happen out of it, though.
Carnes trying to do exactly what Hudson did, not as successfully. Cope had a good, strong shot, but Athens going to be able to return here. Here's the bump. Fight at the net. That was a good job there by the freshman, Layla Carnes. Much taller than Madison Roberts and just wins the jump battle there. So 24-16, and they're going to say that lands right on the 90-degree angle there of the volleyball court. And Athens going to, or excuse me, no, Coach Martin going to take a quick timeout here. Set point here, match point at that. 24-17. I was trying to look and see if I could get an update on the scores from the other teams. Unfortunately, those not on Max Prep. So Brownsboro in Canton, it looks like, and Lindale in Van. That's probably a pretty good ball game going on there in Van tonight. So Athens having a little more to talk about here than the Mabank Lady Panthers. Going to use the full 60, it looks like here. And again, don't forget, Athens will be serving. So lots of ways this one could end here. That is their libero, the junior Abby Marquez. Lefty going to be doing the serving here. Our own lefty, Henderson, receives it. Now Hudson going to have to send across. Set here by Roberts. Cope was trying to kill that one, but Athens going to be able to dig it out, keep the volley going here. Wilkinson pops it up. Henderson sets it. Hudson, little soft touch. Looked like it might be the game winner, but Athens able to keep it going, and then there's the kill. He says,
Hudson doing it how she does.
Said, I don't want to end it on a change-up. I want to end that on a Nolan Ryan heater, and that's what she gets. So it got a little finicky there in the third set. Of course, Athens able to come back. Got a little finicky there in the fourth set as Athens was able to build up a lead, but your Mabank Lady Panthers able to fight back again, depending on how things are going in Canton tonight between the Brownsboro Lady Bears and the Canton Lady Eagles. You could be right back in the mix for tied up in fourth place with Brownsboro after tonight, based on records and all that kind of stuff. And again, the fourth position is the final playoff slot, so that is a big deal. Well, JD, again, Mabank going to take this one 3 sets to 1 tonight. Remind everybody what we're going to be doing on Friday night.
On Friday, we will be headed to Henderson as we have got a football matchup with the Henderson Lions.
That is it. So we will be, as you said, in Henderson, going to be hanging out with the Lions. Kickoff at 7:30. Our pregame will be getting going right at about 7 o'clock. So, again, for everybody here at Cedar Creek Media, which includes me, Taylor Honey.
And me, J.D. Bird.
We appreciate y'all all being here with us, and we will see you Friday. Y'all stay beautiful out there.